So TPS is a designation that the Secretary of Homeland Security designates to a specific country that is undergoing whether it's a natural disaster, and the conditions are not, or the country is not in any condition for the citizens of those countries to return. And so for TPS for Venezuelans, that was initially designated in 2021. And then there was an additional redesignation in 2023, which covered a lot more people that came in. I think it was over 600,000 people that came in after 2023. And so what was just canceled or vacated was the former Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security's extension of the 2023 TPS designation for Venezuelans. And what does that mean? It means that anyone that has TPS under the 2023 designation, their TPS is set to expire in April of this year. If the Secretary, the new Secretary of Homeland Security, does not extend or cancel that designation by this Saturday, February 1st, then it automatically extends for another 6 months. But the Secretary must make a decision on whether to cancel or extend it by February 1st. I think that my first instinct is that if they wanted to cancel TPS, they would have done it. I think that they may be truly analyzing it and will make a decision by Saturday. The decision may be no action, which automatically extends TPS by 6 months, or they may actually issue an extension. Obviously, worst case scenario is that they'll cancel it. But I think that if they wanted to cancel it, they would have done it already.
Could this group then be a group that now falls under expedited removal because they just lost their deportation protections?
It will depend. So the new rule on the expanded expedited removal procedures will apply to individuals that have been in the country less than 2 years and in certain statuses. So if that person has been in the country under 2 years and they also entered they unlawfully entered the United States without a visa, then it could potentially apply to them.
Okay, it's complicated.
It's very complicated.
If you have a question, can I be detained? I mean, from what I hear from activists, there's some people not going to work, there's some people not sending their kids to school.
Right.
I mean, what do you want people to know?
So the question I'm getting the most is, can ICE come to my business, can come to schools, can come to other areas? And so the answer is ICE can come into any public space, but in order for them to enter into any private space, they need either a search warrant or an arrest warrant. And so I'm advising business owners to have that information ready so that they can protect themselves and also their employees. And also because people are scared and they don't know whether to show up to work, whether to show up to school. And so in order for ICE to come into any private space, they're going to need a warrant signed by a judge.
But would they even get that if you're a TPS person who just had it rescinded, given you still have through April?
Most likely not for someone in that position. The TPS, what it does is it also provides protection against deportation. So as long as you have a TPS status, you should be protected from deportation or being placed into these removal proceedings. The TPS designation would have to terminate before that can happen. The DHS Secretary has 60 days from the expiration of a TPS designation to decide whether they want to extend that designation or they want to cancel it. On Saturday, that will be the 60-day mark where they have to make a decision. If the DHS Secretary does not cancel TPS or does not extend it, takes no action, then that TPS is automatically extended for another 6 months. However, if the DHS Secretary decides to extend it, they can extend it for an additional 6, 12, or 18 months. And the last thing that they can do is cancel it, which will cancel any extension of that designation past the expiration date of April 2025.